Well, hello there. Excuse me while I flex a bit for you. I know I don't do this a lot. Actually, maybe I do this too much. I don't know. But it's Wednesday afternoon, and I'm about to get ready to go to the gym. Finishing up with work here at home in my basement office. As you guys can see, I work from home, and this gives me a little bit of time to think about the things I need to do, put things in order, and prioritize. Um, so today I've been thinking about this subject for a little while now, and I wanted to let everyone know what my thoughts on this are. And a lot of people ask me, right? Hey, is it better? I mean, what's the story with machines versus free weights? Because if you talk to any bodybuilder, I mean, the real iron guys, the men of iron in the gym, the real hardcore people, they'll tell you, man, free weights, real iron, that's the way to go. And I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I once subscribed to that exact idea, that thought that if you're not lifting real weights, you're not getting anywhere. But over time, that's changed a bit to the point where now I realize that each has its own merits. In other words, there's some good to free weights and there's some good to the machines, right? It's not a one size fits all thing. Not because free weights are good for certain things means machines are useless or that you should only use machines and not free weights. But I'll tell you the difference. See, what machines can't do is machines can't mimic a multi-joint movement, with the exception of maybe the Smith machine. The one that uses the big barbell, but it's got it on guided poles, so you can put a bench under and do your benching. You can sit under and do your shoulders, or you can sit under it and do your squats. That machine comes closest to mimicking a true free weight, but it's not true free weight. In other words, it's guided. It's got a deliberate range of motion. So if you're doing squats on it, or say you're doing benching on it, you're not getting the same motion, the same range of motion. You're not recruiting the same muscles as you would if you're doing that same exercise with free weights, right? If you're benching, right? If you're benching with free weights, or say a barbell or a dumbbell, right? As you're going up and down, you're not just using these muscles, the chest, the front deltoids, and the triceps, right? You've got all the stabilizer muscles, tons of stabilizer muscles. Those are very important. The stabilizer muscles are the ones that machines cannot give you, or what machines cannot work, since they take stabilization out of the equation, right? Hence, guided motion up and down, right? You don't have to stabilize a weight. So you get on a machine that does, shoulder presses, right? There is a range of motion that machine goes up and down. You do not have to stabilize it. But if you're using dumbbells and you're lifting, your muscles are not just pushing up and coming down. It's stabilizing this way, that way. You got 1,000 other small muscles all around your rotator cuff, all around that muscle, right? That has to stabilize it. Same with a squat. If you're using a free weight, if you're using a barbell to squat, as opposed to, say, a Smith machine or a machine, or say you're sitting on that my favorite leg press machine, where you're sitting on it and then you're pushing up with your legs. That's my favorite machine, right? But I'll tell you why that machine is good. That's in a few minutes. But what that machine cannot do, as opposed to a squat, is recruit all the stabilizer muscles and use your entire body to do that squat, right? When you do a squat with a barbell, you put that barbell on your shoulders, right? You're recruiting muscles from here to here to here to here, to legs, to calves. You're using your entire body. That is the epitome of a multi-joint movement, same as a deadlift. You're using muscles from here, 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 all the way down to your toes. You're using every single muscle in your body to lift a weight when you deadlift or when you squat. Those two I almost have as equal, right? My personal favorite is, of course, the deadlift, but instead of the squat. But I'll tell you, that's the epitome, right, of a multi-joint movement. You're using every joint. You're using this joint. You're using this joint. You're using this joint. You're using that joint. And that puts a lot of pressure. That makes your central nervous system go into overdrive, right? Because you're using all of your muscles at once. And what happens when your CNS gets stimulated? Your body releases huge amounts of testosterone. That's the point of lifting. That's the aim of a natural lifter, right? We're not taking any exogenous substances into our body. We're not taking testosterone or any type of help. We've got to make our own body create those hormones, right? So you got to make your testicles produce hormones, produce testosterone. And by overloading your CNS, right, your central nervous system, with multi-joint movements, right? I'll tell you what multi-joint movements are. Of course, squat, right? Deadlift, right? Shoulder presses, standing or sitting. I prefer standing, because by standing, you're having to stabilize all those muscles from your toes all the way to your shoulders, all the way to the tip of your arms when you lift that weight up, right? You have to contract your midsection. You have to recruit every muscle in your body to push that weight up, right? That's a multi-joint exercise. Lean over, barbell rows, of course, everyone's favorite, every guy's favorite. This is the muscle. This is the exercise that separates men from women, right? Of course, it's the bench press, right? And a few others, but those are my favorites, right? And that's where machines can help you, right? So if you're especially if you're an older guy, say over 30, right, you need to do multi-joint exercises, at least one or two of them in every exercise, in every time you go in the gym, right? Even if you go to work your arms one day, when I work my arms, I do deadlifts on the same day I work my arms, right? I start out with deadlifts, and then at the end, I'll do my arms. Because what you've done is you've stimulated the production of a lot of testosterone. And by doing that, it's floating around your body. Now you do your arms and you get the benefit for your arms. If you just go into the gym and just work your arms like that, you gain nothing. You will just waste your entire day. You're gaining nothing, right? You have to use the hormones that your body's producing to your benefit, to your maximum benefit, right? So that's how you do it, right? So that's where free weights trumps machines. But I'll tell you what machines can do that free weights can't do, right? And in my example, I use the leg press, right? It's a machine where you sit on it, right? And you push upwards like this with both legs, right? I have a hard time squatting. My knees kill me. I'm older, right? Well, not older, but I've got knee issues. As most people who've worked out throughout their lives, you're going to have issues with almost all your joints, right? Because you overused them when you were young, right? I'm trying to save you young guys from not overusing it so you don't end up like this. But I have knees that kind of pain me, or I lean forward a little bit too much when I do squats. But the leg press machine is a lifesaver, right? It allows me to get to work my quads in ways that I cannot possibly do with squats, right? So between doing the leg press for my legs, the calf presses for my calves, and deadlifts, right, for my posterior chain and back and lower back, I've got it covered. So I don't do squats, even though I consider squats one of the best exercises. I do deadlifts and I do the leg press, right? So that's a machine that helps you, because there are some machines that make it easier for you because of certain things. And in my case, bad knees, right? Another machine, there's one where you sit on the machine and there's a bar behind you and you push backwards, right? That mimics a lower body movement and it helps your lower back. There's so many guys that have lower back problems, right? And what you would suggest is that you do deadlifts, or you do good mornings, or if you know what that is, or you do Romanian deadlifts, right? I do Romanian deadlifts for my lower back, but that machine isolates your lower back as you're pushing back against a weight. So many people swear by that machine, right? And I do too. Love that back pushback machine. I don't know how to explain what the name of the machine is, but like I said, and then there are a few machines for arms, right? Where it really isolates the biceps and it really gives you a good pump. Whereas a lot of people, you know, using dumbbells just doesn't do it for them, right? Just doesn't get that right amount of pressure. They can't really pull hard. But with a machine, you can just get it right to that point where you can pull as hard as you want to, right? So I would say the answer to that question is there's no such thing as one being better than the other. One can complement the other, right? You can start out by doing free weights, doing your multi-joint exercise, and then go to the machine and do an isolation exercise, right? Because the machines are great for isolating a specific muscle, right? You got the machines where you push up, right? And it gets this side of your muscle right here. There's another machine you push up and it gets this side of your muscle. Machines where you can pull back and you can really isolate the lats. You can isolate, the back exercises instead of having to bend over with a heavy weight and hurt your back, right? So there's good to machines, and then there are good to there's good to the weights as well, right? So one is not good and the other bad. They both serve a purpose, right? Use them to complement each other. So go in, work out with free weights, and then use if you're a guy, right? I don't know what to tell the women, because all my working out so far has been about working muscle. But what I say to everyone is use both, right? And there's a lot of science out there now to show that women gain as much benefit from lifting weights, from working out with weights as men do, maybe more, right? Because it helps with the strength, it helps with movement, it helps with keeping your joints good and strong, right? Other than the fact that I think from running is where I ruined my legs, my knees when I was young, not from lifting weights. So I don't want anyone to think that I lifted too much weights. I lifted too heavy years ago when I was young, and I think I hurt my rotator cuff on this shoulder. But that's a lesson for all young people. Don't go overboard and think you're too strong, right? So that's my little tidbit for today. I'm going to post it up on YouTube and Instagram for everyone to see. Please, guys, if you like my blog, my vlog, or whatever the hell you call it these days, I post it all on my YouTube channel, right, for posterity, times to come. Please go to my YouTube channel and give me a like and give me a subscribe. I'm trying to get to a certain number at YouTube. So I invite everyone to please go there and give me a like and give me a subscribe. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but just subscribe for me. It'll help me out a great deal. So I'll keep these coming every week or however many days in between. That's it for me. This is Mo. Thank you. Bro Science.